Hello guys, welcome to Online Web Tutor presented by Wordpress Solutions team. I am Sanjay. We are learning WordPress Hooks tutorial for beginners and this is our part number 25. In this video session guys, we will discuss about the concept of called WordPress custom filter hook. And also guys, if you are a beginner to this channel, then please don't forget to subscribe and keep watching our previous video sessions to get the clear concept about WordPress Hooks tutorial. So basically guys, inside this whole playlist of WordPress Hooks tutorial, we have used several types of WordPress default provided filter hooks. Now in this video session, we are going to make our own custom filter hook. So basically, what is filter hook in WordPress? So filter hooks are those hooks basically used to manipulate data before rendered to the browser or before saved to a database. Okay, so basically if you go to our admin dashboard, just click on pages section and now we have a page called test online page. This is the page that we have developed in our previous video session. Okay, so inside this page guys, these are the things that actually we have rendered by using our custom action hook. Okay, so just back to editor and now inside this page.php file, here are the things actually we have called our custom action hook. Okay, so if I just make comment of that and reload this page, all the data has gone. Okay, so basically to understand about the custom filter hook in WordPress guys, suppose this is the data actually we have outputted called test online page. So we want to manipulate this data before render to the browser. So how can we manipulate this data? So just back to editor. So now this is page.php page. Okay, so inside this page guys, here we have a while loop. Inside this while loop we have actually imported or included a file template called template parts /page /content and page. So if you go to folder structure and now inside WP content themes and 2017, this is current activated theme. Okay, so we have to go inside template parts. Next we have to go inside page and content. So just go to page and now content. So basically this is the page name called content page.php. Okay, so right here if you open content page.php, so just I'm going to drag and drop inside our editor. So basically as we can see that here is the title section. Okay, so if you go to browser, just inspect this title. And now as we can see that within h1 tag we have called test online page. Okay, here we can see actually. So suppose if we want to remove all these h1 tag from here, so just save this page. Now if I just scroll here and let's reload this page and now h1 tag has gone. Okay, so we want to implement the h1 tag by using our custom filter hook. It means that we want to manipulate or update the data before output to the browser. Okay, so basically to develop any custom filter hook or any custom action hook, we have discussed about the three different functions. Okay, so if I just open a new slide and let's say that, so first we are going to define our custom filter hook. Okay, so basically to do that we have a function called add filter. In the first parameter we have to pass called the filter name. Okay, so this is called filter name and this is the callback function. So let's say callback function and this is filter hook. Okay, callback function for filter hook. And finally, while calling this filter hook, we need to check that this filter hook actually exists or not, means we have defined inside our WordPress setup or not. Okay, so basically to actually check that, we have a function called has filter. Inside this has filter, actually we have to pass the filter name. So basically here is the filter name that we have defined. So if I copy that, just pass inside this function, so it returns a boolean value. It means that if this filter hook actually we have defined, it returns true. Otherwise it returns false if we haven't defined this filter hook before use. Okay, so now in the third step actually we are going to use this filter hook. So before use that we have to use a WordPress function called apply filters. Okay, so inside applied filters we have to pass our filter name. So just copy, pass here, and if you want, suppose in some cases if you want to pass any number of attributes, then we can actually pass inside array. Okay, so basically these are the arguments, these are the parameters that actually we are going to pass inside this filter hook. Now we are going to use these functions step by step to clear understand about the WordPress custom filter hook. Okay, so just back to editor So this is the title is a WordPress function basically used to print the title. Okay, also we can use, let's say, echo get the title. This is alternative function of WordPress, and now this actually also gives the title. Okay, but this time we have to use actually echo. Okay, so if we save this page, go to browser, reload this section, and now we have the same output. Okay, so now what we are going to do, first just open the plugin actually we have defined. So actually if I found that, so this is the plugin that we have defined. So inside this plugin, guys, we are going to define our custom filter hook. Okay, so let's say that function OWT, let's say update and title. This is the callback function that we have defined. Okay, now next we have to add our filter hook. So let's say add filter. Basically we have to pass our custom filter name. Okay, so let's say OWT, let's say update title. Basically this is update page title. Okay, in the second parameter we have to pass the callback function, and basically this is the callback function that we have defined. So just copy that and pass here. Next, just go to page. Now this is the actually data we want to manipulate or update this data. Okay, so basically this is the data actually we are going to pass to this filter hook we have defined as a function. Okay, so now just cut this, and now we have to call this actually filter that we have defined. So just copy that, go to page, and before echo, let's say apply filters. Okay, this is the third function, guys, basically used to call a filter hook. Okay, so inside that we have to pass the filter name as the first parameter, and in the second parameter we can actually pass the data. Okay, so let's say that this is the data actually we have passed inside this filter hook. Okay, so if we just save this page, now next we have to actually retrieve that data. Okay, so this is the data, means this is the title. Now we have to manipulate that. So let's say that echo, or let's return, and now by the help of this return statement, guys, we are going to return this data. Okay, but this time actually we are going to format this data. So just copy that, let's say that with the h1 tag, this is the h1 tag, and now we are going to update or modify some data part. Okay, so basically inside this h1 tag we are going to just, let's say that within single quotes, and we have converted that symbol data inside h1 header tag. Okay, so if we just save this page, go to browser, reload this section, and now as we can see that our title section is now appearing inside h1 tag, and this is because that actually by the help of our custom filter hook we have passed that data inside this filter hook. By getting this data, actually this filter hook has converted inside this h1 tag. Okay, so next what we have to do, suppose we actually not defined any filter hook with this name. Okay, so how can we use that? So basically for the security reason, actually we have to check before use that actually this filter hook actually exists or not. Okay, so basically to check that, let's say that we have to use our next function called if, let's say has filter. Inside this filter we need to define, so let's say filter. Inside this filter we have to pass the filter name. Okay, so just paste it here. So if it exists, means has filter returns the true value. Okay, so basically by getting true value we have to just call that filter. Okay, so if we save this page, just go to browser, reload this section, and now if I scroll down, output actually remains same. So basically, guys, while making any custom application in WordPress, if you want to customize our data section, then actually we can develop our custom filter hook. Okay, so just back to editor. Suppose let me actually make another filter hook to actually modify this content section. Okay, so right now to actually render the content section we have a WordPress function called the content. Okay, and also we have another alternative function called get the content. Okay, but this time actually we have to use called printer, or let's say that echo. Okay, so basically let's say echo, just save this page, refresh this section, and now this is the output. Okay, so we want to actually modify or add some content along with this content. Okay, so how can we add our own data with this data? So basically just go to plugin, this is the plugin, and now inside that let's say function, let's OWT add data to content. This is the callback function. Okay, so basically we need to bind with that our filter hook. Let's say add filter, let's say that OWT add content. Okay, in the second parameter we have to pass the callback function, so just copy that, pass here. So basically this function will take some of the parameters. So this is the content section. So by getting this content section, actually we want that return, let's say that online web tutor, and now just concatenate with this content section. Okay, so basically what we did by calling this custom filter hook, actually we have appended, or sorry, prepended this as a prefix to this content section. Okay, we have actually added some of our extra content to that. Okay, next we have to call this filter hook inside this content page.php. Okay, so let's say that if has filter name, if it exists, means we have some definition part. Okay, so next we have to call our filter hook. So let's that apply filters. Inside the first parameter we have to pass the filter name. Okay, so this is our filter name. Next we have to modify the content section. So just copy that, remove this section, and let's say that get the content. Just make use of echo here. So let's say echo, save this page, go to browser, reload this section, and now as we can see that online web tutor added as a prefix to this content section. And this is actually we have accomplished by the use of called custom filter hook. So this is the concept of guys custom filter hook development in WordPress. Okay, so if suppose we want to use the content function only, okay, so just remove this get here, and now we have to remove this echo here. Okay, so if I save this page, reload this section, and now this is the data. But this time guys, actually our data has not been appended. That's because if I go to editor, and now let's say instead of return, let's say echo, just save this page, reload this section, and now here is the content called online web tutor. But actually guys, the function called the content or the title itself actually reacts as to print the statement, not actually by the help of echo or printer statement. Okay, itself they are executed. Okay, so basically guys, I think that I have made much more clear concept about custom action hook in our previous video session, and now inside this video session actually we understood about custom filter hook development. So if you have any doubt in this video session guys, then please drop your comment. I will give my reply as soon as possible. So for this video session guys, thank you for watching. Have a great day.